Hey guys, welcome back to Prepco's series on verbal ability for BBA and BBS entrance. Today we'll be doing a pretty straightforward topic and pretty easy to manage once you've figured out the thumb rules. This is parallelism and comparisons. A quick and simple chapter. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Prepco's sessions on verbal ability on English for entrance exams. Parallelism and comparisons is something that's one of the basics of grammar. It's going to apply to whatever exam you're taking, whether it's CAT or GMAT or CLAT or BBS. So let's go through it. This is going to be a quick class. I know I always say that, but they're two pretty straightforward concepts, parallelism and comparisons, and in a way they're related. We're going to do a lot of examples, and that's how you'll basically get the hang of it. There's not too much theory involved in this. Parallelism is a pretty simple concept. When you're putting things into groups in a sentence, make sure they're in the same format. So, what does that mean? Simple example: Ram likes jogging and to swim. So, here we're talking about two things that Ram likes: jogging and to swim. Basically, just put them in the same format and you're good to go. Jogging and swimming, or Ram likes to jog and to swim. This could be 3, 4, 5 items. Ram likes jogging, swimming, and hiking. So this is basically a form of usage called gerunds when typically a verb is used as a noun. Ram likes an activity. What is that activity? Trekking, hiking, jogging, swimming. Another example. This is a longer sentence, but concept is the same and it's simple enough. The team was angry with the coach's rude behavior, his lack of understanding of the game, and criticizing senior players in front of the media. So they're talking about three things that the team is angry about, right? So split up the sentence. The team was angry with the coach's rude behavior. The team was angry with his lack of understanding of the game. That's basically behavior and lack of understanding, both being used as nouns. The team was angry with criticizing senior players in front of the media. This is not a gerund, this is a straight up verb. So noun, verb. That can't work. So how do you fix this? Just simply put them in the same format. That either you say the team was angry with how the coach was behaving, how he was criticizing senior players, or how he was not understanding the game. Very complex. The aim of sentences, the aim of writing anything is to be simple enough, is to get the point across as simply as possible. So what's an alternative? Just change criticizing into the same format and you're good to go. The team was angry with the coach's rude behavior, his lack of understanding of the game, and his tendency to criticize senior players in front of the media. Or even his constant criticism, let's say, of senior players in front of the media. Now, both are correct. How will you know? Because it's basically multiple choice, right? You will not get both options because both are valid sentences and both fit into the context. You'll get one of these. Only one option will be correct. It is the job of the paper setter to ensure that there are no two right options. Then the whole paper goes for a toss. They have to ensure that there's only one right answer. Your job is to pick up on those clues and figure out what the right answer is. So that, in a nutshell, is parallelism in one slide. It is actually as basic as that. Comparisons. Can you compare apples and oranges? Of course you can. They're both fruit. You can compare apples and watermelons, apples and oranges and watermelons. Don't compare apples to people, though. So when you say my iPhone is better than you, yeah, you might prefer your iPhone to hanging out with other people, but you can't really compare them. It's not a valid comparison. What this person is probably meaning to say is my iPhone is better than your phone, or my iPhone is better than your iPhone, which then you could shorten to my iPhone is better than yours. So yours is short for your phone or your iPhone. Both are valid. But my iPhone is better than you is not a valid comparison. So when you're comparing things, make sure you're comparing things that can be compared. Be careful with oranges too. The American president is worse than Canada. Sorry, that was a really bad joke about President Donald Trump's face color, but never mind. The American president, can you compare him to a country? No. Can you compare him to a country's president or premier, whether it's a president or a prime minister? Well, no. You can only compare, if you're saying the American president is worse than Canada's, then yes, it's valid. Because you will automatically complete the sentence in your head. Than Canada's what? President. Versus the American president is worse than Canada's prime minister, is worse than the British prime minister. Be very careful about what you're asking people to compare. The sentence is wrong. The comparison can only be between two like things. Put them in the same format and you're good to go. So what kind of groups can there be? If you're taking two examples, X and Y, X, Y or Z, neither X nor Y. You can't say neither India nor Pakistan's GDP is going to increase this year. You can say neither India's GDP nor Pakistan's, or neither India's nor Pakistan's GDP, or neither India's GDP nor Pakistan's GDP is likely to increase this year. Or neither India nor Pakistan are likely to see an increase in their GDP this year. They're all correct, but you can't say neither India nor Pakistan's GDP. Let's take the sentence again very slowly. Wrong, neither India nor Pakistan's GDP. Right, neither India's possessive, India apostrophe S, nor Pakistan's GDP. Because again, your brain will automatically include that word GDP after India's. It's a possessive form. Neither India's GDP nor Pakistan's GDP is likely to grow this year. That's what you're essentially saying. Similar, compared to India, Pakistan's GDP, wrong. Compared to India's or compared to India's GDP, Pakistan's GDP is likely to be similar or grow more or grow less, whatever. X is better than Y. Again, GDP growth rate of one country is better than GDP growth rate of another country. But no, you cannot say Pakistan is better than India's growth rate. Pakistan's growth rate is better than India's. This is a common mistake. And it's a very, very common one. He runs faster than me. What are you comparing here? His running speed and my running speed. So, me is what form? It's the subject form or the object form? Remember that class? Basically, I is the subject form. I did this. And me is the object form. This happened to me. You will use the object form if an action is being performed upon someone or something. Here, is any action being performed upon me? Is he running on me? Whatever that means. Am I being run upon? No. There's a comparison happening. A comparison has to happen between like formats. Therefore, if one is in the subject form, the other will also be in the subject form. If one is in the object form, the other will also be in the object form. This should be he runs faster than I, which sounds very weird because we're just not used to using it in this way. Or he runs faster than I do. If the first one sounds confusing, just stick to the second. But he runs faster than me is actually wrong English. you're actually comparing a subject form and an object form. So similarly, I am smarter than he is, not I am smarter than him. She writes better than I do, not she writes better than me. You could say she writes better than I, equally valid, but not she writes better than me. As I said, compare subject form with subject form, compare object form with object form. Do a few examples and you'll be good to go on this. Let's take some examples. The protesters demand that the current government be dissolved and hold fresh elections. Think about this for 10 seconds. And let's read this again. The protesters demand that the current government be dissolved and hold fresh elections. So what's actually happening here? There's an and in the middle. So there are two demands from the protesters. A, that the current government be dissolved. B, hold fresh elections. They're not in the same format. So how do you fix this? The protesters demand that the current government be dissolved is the key here, and fresh elections be held. You can't even say that the current government be dissolved and fresh elections are held. Be dissolved, are held, also different verb forms. Either you say one of the protesters' demands are that the current government is dissolved and fresh elections are held. Is in our same format, it's just singular and plural. But one is be dissolved, the other one should be held. That's the right answer. Sehwag's batting, which destroyed the careers of several bowlers and enthralled spectators across the world, is believed by many to be simpler than Tendulkar. What's the think of this, what is the comparison here? Are you comparing Sehwag and Tendulkar, or are you comparing Sehwag's batting and Tendulkar, or are you comparing Sehwag's batting and Tendulkar's batting? What is actually the comparison that's going on here? It starts with Sehwag's batting. The sentence is not talking about Sehwag, it's talking about Sehwag's batting. So when you compare, just look at what should happen on the Tendulkar side. You can't compare Sehwag's batting to Tendulkar, you can compare it to Tendulkar's batting. So how do you fix this? Just simply end the sentence with is believed by many to be simpler than Tendulkar's batting, or even Tendulkar's with an apostrophe in the middle, because then the batting is assumed. That's the solution to this one. Some of the features of the new stadium are great lighting, spacious seating, and safety instructions are very clear. Again, 3. A, great lighting. B, spacious seating. And C, these two are nouns. Safety instructions are very clear, doesn't work. So what should the third one be? Great lighting, spacious seating, and clear safety instructions. That's your right answer. In contrast to the batsman, more cricket, and I don't even understand any cricket, never mind. In contrast to the batsman, who completely let the fans down, the heroics of the bowlers earned a lot of praise from the commentators. This is a long sentence. We did a modifiers class, we'll link to that in the notes below. In the modifiers class, you saw, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, it's very important. You complicate sentence by adding modifiers in the middle. Here the modifier who will completely let the fans down is talking about the batsman. To simplify the sentence, to understand errors, basically remove it for a second, put it aside. So your sentence is now, in contrast to the batsman, the heroics of the bowlers earned blah 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 blah. So do you see the problem already now? You're comparing batsmen to the heroics of the bowlers. How do you fix this? Either you say in contrast to the batsmen apostrophe S heroics, the heroics of the bowlers. But then there's a problem. As soon as you plug in the modifier again, in contrast to the batsman's heroics who completely let the fans down. You can't do that. Because the heroics did not let the fans down, it also says who. That's how you can tell. The batsman, you can say who. Heroics, you can't say who. So therefore, you can't plug in heroics here. So this has to stay the same. In contrast to the batsman who completely let the fans down, what happened? The bowlers earned a lot of praise from the commentators. You can't even say the bowlers' heroics. Same problem. You have to compare the batsmen to the bowlers. So just remove the heroics and you have the right answer. Sachin is not only a great batsman. Why have I put in so many cricket examples? Never mind. Sachin is not only a great batsman, but also bowling spin. Nah, batsman, bowling spin doesn't work. Even the nouns have to be in the same format. Sachin is not only a great batsman, but also a great spin bowler. You look more interested in video games than your parents. I'm sure that's true for a lot of kids, but what is the sentence actually trying to communicate? That you look more interested in video games than you are in your parents, or you look more interested in video games than your parents look interested in video games. This sentence is actually wrong also because you can't tell what the meaning is. In the others, you could actually tell what the meaning was. Still wrong, but easier to comprehend. Here, there's no way of telling. How do you fix this? You look more interested in video games than in your parents, or you look more interested in video games than do your parents, or than your parents do. Do what? Look interested in video games. So it depends on what the comparison is. They're both correct. They're both different contexts, different ways of providing the right context to the sentence. You're doing multiple choice. Only one of them will be in the answers. They won't give you two possible correct answers. Shruti's intellect, like her sister, we know it by now, like her sister's, sister apostrophe S, or like her sister's intellect is renowned. The laws in Maharashtra are stricter than those in Uttar Pradesh, or than the laws in Uttar Pradesh. Here you're comparing the laws of one state with another state. You can't do that. You can compare the laws in one state with the laws in another state. So, or in fact, you could compare two states. So you could say either the laws in Maharashtra are stricter than those in Uttar Pradesh, or when it comes to laws, Maharashtra is stricter than Uttar Pradesh. So then you're comparing two states, but you're giving the right context when it comes to laws. A tiger cannot catch a gazelle as fast as a cheetah. So, is a tiger trying to catch a cheetah and he can catch it faster than he can catch a gazelle? Or is a tiger trying to catch a gazelle and the cheetah is also trying to catch a gazelle and the tiger is slower? Maybe because the cheetah is cheating? Oh, sorry. Ignore that. So how do you fix this? A tiger cannot catch a gazelle as fast as a cheetah can. So then your comparison is that tiger and cheetah both try to catch gazelles and the cheetah is faster. Unlike India, Sri Lanka's economy is based on tourism. Again, you're comparing a country to the economy of another country. You can't do that. You can compare countries or you can compare economies. Unlike India's economy, Sri Lanka's economy is based on tourism. Or unlike India, Sri Lanka has based its economy on tourism. An exercise, just try this one. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, then we'll read it out. In no other test series did Sachin cause such a worldwide sensation as did the series in Australia in 2003. So option A is the same as the original. The part in bold is the one we have to replace or look at. Sachin caused a worldwide sensation in a series. in no other test series as did the series. That doesn't work because it seems like the series is causing a worldwide sensation. Sachin is causing the worldwide sensation, so you have to complete it. Look at option B. In no other test series did Sachin cause such a worldwide sensation as he did in the series in Australia in 2003. This is the only proper complete format. Look at the third one, as happened in the series. In no other test series did he do this, as he did is necessary, not as happened. As the series in Australia in 2003, same problem. B is the right answer. And one last example. How should one ensure parallelism between something which is happening now and dash in the past? Let's look at the examples. Between something which is happening now and which happened in the past. Read the sentence carefully. Which is happening now and which happened in the past. And which happened. Are you talking about one event that is happening now and in the past? It's very complicated. Read the other examples. How should one ensure parallelism between something which is happening now and something which happened in the past? Between two things. A, something which is happening now. B, something which happened in the past. Same format. This is your right answer. For safety, let's look at the other options. Parallelism between something which is happening now and something which is happening in the past. This is a tense error. Which is happening in the past? No. Which happened in the past. Option D, something which is happening now and which is happening in the past. It's combining the problems of option A and option C. Tense error and that something needs to be there, which is the word something. So option B is the right answer. That's about that. This is basically more practice, parallelism and comparisons, more practice than anything. There isn't all that much theory. There aren't too many rules to follow, just these couple. Practice a lot. Ask us a lot of questions. Leave your comments below and I'll be answering them. And we'll probably be doing more examples and more exercises in future classes. Keep following us, subscribe to our channel, and we'll be covering more classes across the different sections: GK, English, Maths, Logic, and well, depending on which exam you're taking, is Law, BBS. So yeah, and like this video, it'll help us with the algorithm on YouTube and get us more views. So thanks. Stay in touch with us through the comments, write into us, and we'll be back with more videos. See you soon.